Ben is a 10-year-old border collie. For 7 years, he's been one of Scotland's top search dogs, a grade 5 dog. Ben's owner, Dave Warner, lives in Dumfries. He's a member of SARDA, the Search and Rescue Dog Association, and belongs to the South Scottish Division.
Even with a grade 5 search dog, a fully trained search dog who's been out in many searches, you've got to, it's like anything, you've got to continue the training.
Training is why Dave and his wife Lynn, also a member of SARDA, have come here. Both Dave and Lynn have 2 dogs, one at grade 5 level and a young dog in training. Like all the members of SARDA, Dave and Lynn are volunteers. Every month there is a training weekend somewhere in Scotland. This time it's in the Trossachs, a highland area, the kind of place where hikers and mountain climbers could have an accident or get lost if the weather changes. The first day of the weekend is for training the more qualified dogs. Each spends up to 2 hours on the hillside searching for a member of the group who is pretending to be lost. In 2 hours, a dog and handler can cover an area of 2 square kilometers.
Okay, Ben. Come on in. You're going to go finding. You're going to go finding. Come on in. Come on in. Good lad. Good boy.
Search dogs like Ben don't track missing people by sniffing articles of clothing and following a trail on the ground. They are air-scenting dogs.
Ben. We all give off scent continually. So what the dog's trying to pick up is the natural scents that we're giving off all the time. So basically what we do is we use the wind, working into the wind. This is a particularly good day today. It's damp, there's a bit of dampness in the air, there's a nice sort of breeze. That's the most important part of the body, this bit here. That's his eyes, it's the nose. The dog, it's nose first, ears and eyes. Find him! Come on in! You'll see the dog quartering, looking for the scent. It's hunting the scent all the time. And basically what you're doing is just trying to give the dog the best chance, putting it into the best sort of wind areas to allow the dog to use its great scenting abilities. He's basically a typical border collie. He was actually bred as a hill collie, so hence he's got the sort of long sort of legs, and he works like a typical collie. He ranges out quite a long way. Okay, one way left. You don't have to give him many commands. He really does work naturally himself. Come on, finding.
That Ben can work at all is quite surprising. 4 years ago, while training, Ben's hind leg was bitten by an adder, a poisonous snake. The bite became badly infected.
So he was taken up to the School of Veterinary Surgeons in Glasgow and immediately operated on. Basically at that point, he was probably only about a few hours away from losing him. He really was in a very, very bad way.
Ben's hip had to be removed. It took him a year to recover. The only sign, a slight limp when he's tired.
On a day like today, could strike. Now, strike is when the dog gets a scent or something in its nose. A dog probably strike probably about 500 to 600 yards away on a good day, so it's quite a considerable distance. Way on! Good boy! Go on in, finish it! Fine here! Go on! Go on in, fine here! What you got? Go on in, show me! Finish it! Show me! Go on in! The only reward he gets is a toy. That's all. They don't get food. It's just he just has a toy which he plays with, and that's his reward. The only time he ever gets that toy is when he's found somebody. He never gets toys in the house, nothing else. So basically, that's all he works for. Is just I can show you that. That's basically all he works for. Is that piece of string there. And maybe I shouldn't have brought that out. What is it? Oh, that's it. Yeah, good boy. That's a good boy. Yeah.
Tom Middlemass monitors all the searches. He's the training officer in charge of SARDA for southern Scotland. He's also responsible for organizing the training weekends.
All dogs have a natural instinct to hunt, and that's what we use. That's why we utilize that in our training, is the hunting aspect. People have all sorts of opinions about how good a dog is, but it's the equivalent of about 25 human searchers in certain situations, and in other situations it can be as good as 100, especially at night in the dark or in really bad weather.
A few months ago, the police called Tom Middlemass. 2 school teachers out walking had been reported missing. Tom contacted the dog team, who are also trained in mountain rescue. They immediately left their jobs and homes and drove to the location. When a call comes, the volunteers are ready to go anywhere in Scotland. The weather was getting worse. It was getting darker and colder.
Nice and easy.
Hi, Ben. We're searching for probably about an hour through very difficult conditions, and Ben disappeared into the darkness. He was working ahead of me, disappeared, and came back, looked at me, and then shot off again. So I thought, right, let's go and see what he's got. And he'd struck from probably about 250, 300 yards, quite a long strike, and then all of a sudden, out of the darkness, the 2 ladies, 2 school teachers were sitting on a hillside, and he was sort of nestled into them. So they were very glad to see the dog, and equally glad to see myself. So that was a nice one. That was a very nice find, and it certainly makes it all worthwhile. All the training and the hard work worthwhile when you get that sort of result.
The weekend is nearly over. Dave has time for one last search with Ben.
You do have a very close bond with your dog, and I think with all the injuries and almost losing him, I think we've certainly built up probably a stronger bond.
Ben will be 11 years old next year. With his leg injury starting to stiffen up, it'll soon be time for him to retire.
She's going to be traumatic for both of us, and I don't want to push him. I don't want to see him suffering. But having said that, it's going to be a very difficult decision when I have to leave him at home and take my young dog out. But I'm afraid that's what's going to have to be done. With Ben, he is a very special dog, and I think you always grow a very close bond with your first dog in particular.